My name is Njuguna. Professionally, I am a business operations manager. Hobby-wise, I have a nice list of hobbies that I do enjoy outside my 8 to 5. Top of the list is triathlon, and also I do enjoy amateur photography, a bit of the creatives and arts, yes. And I do also have a few surviving plants in my house. What inspired me to get into triathlon? I'll start by saying I came across the video growing up. Came across the video of, I think it was being done in Mombasa, of some kids doing triathlon. So I was very intrigued about it, but nothing really came out of it much then. But then, a few years later is being a bit relative, but many years later, I came across a TTF page, I think it was back on Facebook, and I saw that they were training for triathlon. So I was very intrigued about it. And then from that on, a few years later, I reached out to TTF, and my journey began into triathlon, the exciting journey, I'd say. On 13th October 2022, I unfortunately got into a near fatal accident while cycling. So just how the day started, normal day. We'd done the Thursday cycle. A few weeks before, everything was good. Just as we were starting the cycle, going down Kingara, unfortunately, there was a bus coming up the hill, not observing traffic rules, and pushed me off the road, and I crashed badly. Yeah, so ended up in hospital. And the injuries, I'd say, were not good injuries. I had a traumatic brain injury, the brain bleed, and a broken clavicle. I was in HDU for 3 days, and then transferred to normal ward for the remainder. I think about 6-7 days was there. So, in terms of experience, I'll say it outright. It is a very scary experience, and I believe it was scary for me and the people around me. So the guys we were cycling with and everyone who came to hospital, friends, family, teammates and all. So it was scary to say the least, because some believed that was the end of it. I'll say it that way. And so it was a scary event, scary occurrence, I'll call it that. My recovery journey, or I'd say my journey back, was it was a tough journey. It was not easy. So, and starting from one, learning to regulate everything. So regulating movement. I couldn't stand up too fast. I couldn't sit down too quick. I had to lie down slowly, and it was frustrating. And I also had a cast as well because of a broken clavicle. So it was very, very frustrating, but I had to manage that. And then on top of it, had to add physio as well. And just learn to be very settled and calm about it. Coming from a very high active, always up and down. You're cycling, you're running, you're swimming, you're in the gym. You're visiting a friend, you're visiting family, you're going out on a weekend to have lunch or something like that, to now you're seated in the house. And without family and friends who also visited, that would have been it would have been an even more harder journey, I'd say. That's where we started from, and then we added physio, slowly weaning off the medication. So, the painkillers, slowly weaning off them, and then just accepting that this is part of the journey, and then now just slowly coming back into that. That I believe was initially, yes, that's where it started, and leading up to where we are now. What inspired me to get back into triathlon? It starts from the recovery journey. I had a lot of support from family, from friends, and from my teammates as well in the team, and also coach as well, and just guiding me through the steps as well. After the accident, I took a year break outside of triathlon, so didn't cycle. So just did a bit of gym work, but I did not participate in any triathlon event. So that year also allowed me time to process exactly what happened in terms of the accident, and also decide, is this a journey I still want to keep? And after the year, I was convinced that yes, it is a journey I'd want to to still take. Being now triathlon is even just triathlon and the community of triathlon as well is a big part of my life now. So yeah, that already kept me, or at least made me want to come back to triathlon. And choosing Ironman Rwanda as my first triathlon, I'd say it was not planned for me. Initially, I was to come as team manager, but yes, after a very nice conversation with Coach Michael, yes, I ended up signing up and choosing it as my first triathlon back, and it's been a great experience. So this is my second Ironman Rwanda, and I'd say compared to the first time I did it, this was much better in terms of maybe I break it down in terms of nutrition, in terms of how I felt, in terms of maybe the anxiety levels as well. I was a bit anxious, but not too much, so I was able to control it. The course felt good. Most of it felt good. The last time I remember that bike was very tough for me, but this time, yes, it was tough, but I was able to kind of push through it and still have a bit to carry me through the run. Nutrition, compared to last time, my nutrition was better. I think last time I had very little gels, bars and shoes as well. So this time I had enough to carry me through, and rarely did I cramp actually on the run. Just I felt it, but didn't feel it too much. So yes, the change of nutrition, I guess maybe also the managing of the anxiety, and just looking forward to it as a first triathlon back. I mean, it was a great experience. Though the sun on the run was hot. That sun, nothing that we've experienced. When we came, it was nice and cloudy. We thought it would be nice and cool. But yeah, so now the sun, the humidity, and then all combined made the tough run. But still, it was doable. I enjoyed it. Compared to last time, so a great experience as well. I feel crossing the finish line. It felt great. I was happy. That's all I thought about on the last loop coming back. I think that carried me through. I ran fastest that last loop, so yes, I was looking forward to the finish line. And coming down the finish line, hearing the cheering again from teammates, from our nice support team of Sharon and Jed, it was great. It was great, and I wouldn't say emotional, but yes, I think it was everything all at once. So yeah, it was a good feeling, I'd say. It was a very good feeling, yeah.